So I've been doing a lot of research in the background, which is why MrPokke literally just have not enough sleep, wholly overworking jobber. Number one is this right here, by the way. Y'all have to build her, right? Y'all have to build here, right? This unit is the definitive best sustained in the entire game. And you are without a shadow of a doubt going to be running her. And the main reason is simply just because the game just doesn't really have a lot of healers for you. And the fact that they're gonna be giving her for free with the signature weapon, you literally just build. No matter what 6-star you get, like whatever 6-star DPS or whatever it's gonna be, you must build her. Especially because this game's endgame content is Spiral Biscuit. Yep. The game's endgame content is very similar to Spiral Abyss. It is essentially a mob check where you want to deal damage against the floor. Yeah, classic, right? I see. Of course, it's Spiral Abyss. So the meta in our Knight's Envy, right? It is honestly super similar to Stellar Sora, in the sense where mono element teams are really good. It is not like in, I guess, like in, for example, HSR, you don't really just use a single flagship, like a single team, to clear every single stage. You really want to run mono element. And the best in slot team on launch is gonna be tied by your main DPS 6-star, or in Stellar Sora's case, by your Vanguard. So the best teams on launch is going to be Levi or Serta for the fire team, as well as Yvonne for the ice team, right? The 2 rate out of 6-stars. Because all the other elements, they are either standard 6-stars, so for example, physical, or they are gonna be no DPS, main DPS 6-stars, like for nature, for blue, right? So until those actual rate up 6-stars comes out, as of CBD3, the top 2 teams, at least for end content, is going to be fire and ice. So fire is gonna be for your Suitor, for your Levi, and then your eye is gonna be Yvonne, right? So take that into consideration if you're gonna be building for the endgame content. Yeah, we already have a very good roster of like free, okay, not free, but like 5-star units. Okay, like I really hate how our Knights, they have 5-star and 6-star, which is like fucking weird. They have a lot of SR units. They are essentially either supports or sub DPS. So your fire team, you're gonna be using like, there's gonna be a Burnett, right? There's gonna be a Burnett, there's gonna be like a support. Same thing for your Vaughn, there's gonna be like a freezer. And as long as you can make these teams with like the free units, that core structure is and almost entirely dependent on that main DPS 6-star. And then for your other 3 units, when you fight against the battle, right? They are almost never gonna be controlled by you, and you only use them to swap into their skills. So a little bit like, for example, Zenless 0, you have that one main DPS, and then maybe you swap into like what you want, like you swap into Jafava, you press skill and you bounce, right? You swap into Lucia, you press skill and you bounce, right? You swap into Azure, you press. So like all of the units, you really don't use them that much, and most of the time it is just pretty much just gonna be the Vanguard, right? The 6-star main DPS. So that it kind of pretty much do. Physical can go for, yeah, it's Breach or Cold Shatter. It's just that they don't have that that rate of 6-star. All right, fun fact: the standard banner units, right? Actually, let me take a look over here. The standard banner units in Honkai Endfields, more than half of them. Wait, where is it? There we go. More than half of the 6-star standard banner units are entirely physical. All right. So if you take a look at this, right, on launch, we are gonna ignore the administrator. You take away the Leviathan, you take away Yvonne, and you take away Galbrina. Yeah, there are gonna be 2 other units that are gonna be physical. And then on top of that, your building administrator this bro is really just there for the quick swap. So there's a pretty good chance you are probably gonna end up with one of these dudes if you lose your 50-50s. Yep. So physical team is probably going to be there. For your Ember, the thing with Ember is not to say she is bad. It's just that Levi is really good. And bro is essentially I don't know why it's like a good comparison. Yeah. But Levi is really good. For Yvonne's burst DPS is the highest. But last right is honestly also not too shabby. It's just that Yvonne just deals damage a lot faster. So yeah, this guy is just really fucking clunky. I hate this guy so much that I went to look up guides on how to play this guy because I already got him for the last video. So bro's rotation is like fucking slow. But it's not to say that his damage is bad. It's just that it's really, really fucking slow. So if you can kind of deal with that, it's gonna be fine. The main units that you're gonna be running for the whatchamacallit is gonna be tied to a lot of the on element 5-stars. So for example, right, you are for your mono electric team, you're pretty much going to be running almost exclusively the 5-star, right? All these units are going to be here. For your Yvonne, you are going to, once again, going to be using Ice. And then for your Fire, you're going to be using your Wolf Guard. You're going to be using your, there's this 4-star over here. You're definitely going to be using Ageguri. She low-key reminds me a little bit about like Burnett. She is a little bit similar to Burnett. And then this guy is like electric Burnett. So 4-stars are also really good in this game because you are going to be making mono element teams for the end game. So mono Fire, mono electric, mono Ice. There's the difference between physical. You can use the breach or whatever the fuck, or just mono physical. So that kind of pretty much it. Would art type matter more for team building since you want vanguards for SP? It kind of just depends on like what elements the main DPS is gonna be. So for example, right, Bloom right now, nature is in a pretty bad spot because there's no main DPS 6-star. Gilberta is a support, so you wouldn't really run over as a main DPS. Bro is a sub DPS, and this is a thing. So even though this team is pretty good, it's just they are lacking that main DPS 6-star, and it will be much less synergistic if you would run the mono. So and what to do, right? 4-stars are very viable. Yes. Okay, chat. We will save the meta talks when the game is gonna be coming to a closer category. But I think this game is looking pretty interesting. Unfortunately for MrPokke, right, I have a zero interest in the base building. Personally, I just really hope this game doesn't have the base building. Because, oh my god, bro. I can't play base building, bro. I am just gonna be in a blueprint on the guys out. And I would be completely fine if they scrape it. I just don't really fuck with that much. But that being said, I'm sure there are a lot of players that will be having the base builder meta, right? What is the best blueprint for your different reasons? That one, I'm like, okay, and I want to do, right? I mean, what to do, right? Say blue, what the fuck? Don't scrape. Okay, yes, okay. I know this is like a tourist gate. It's a filter for casuals, right? It is a filter for people that don't like the base building. Personally, I'm just not a fan, right? I'm not saying the game is bad, right? But for me, if this thing does not exist, it would not impact me. But I know there are players that really, really like this kind of base building because you don't find these base building things anywhere else. It is like the one of the first in the world, if I'm not mistaken, for a Gacha game to have base building. So I completely understand. It's just that for me, it is not something that I fuck with. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It's just that if they were to remove it, I wouldn't mind. Right? So I'm not saying well, this game is unplayable because of it. No, bro, I'm not complaining, bro. It's just that if they were to, I'll be okay. Right? So that kind of also your chat, by the way. Fun fact. So I have this plan. Wait, hold on. I have this plan where we are gonna be having a Pokke Corp account. So the Pokke Corp account is not just my account. It is going to be the account that will be played by a lot of Pokke Corpers, bobbers, which means when I hop on to the Pokke Corp account, it is our account, right? It is not my account, right? It is not my account. It is not my account. It is our account. And we have decided for the best course of Alright Endfield, our account, right? Our account is gonna be dropping $1 billion to get every single whale pack and every single unit and every single butter bitch on launch. Our account, right? Our account. It is not mine. I never said this is not the same as an oiler, right? I do not have an oiler. We are essentially running a corporate account, right? It is our account, right? So that is pretty much it. So on launch, when Alright Endfields come out, when we log in, we are essentially gonna skip the story. we are not playing the story. I'm just gonna skip through everything, and we will purely just play the game. We'll speed run everything. The moment the game is out, I don't think I'll be streaming yet, but the account will be created essentially. So that I pretty much do, right? Your personal account, I won't even have a personal account, bro. It will just be our account, unless I do like a no pool account. But like, why? You know, and I feel like it's the best to go about Endfield because like there'll be like because Endfield itself is a game that has so many different aspects, right? There's the story, there's the end game, there's the base building, and there's a goon aspect. There's some guy, there's a guy that wants to be in charge of the goon aspect. There's one guy that wants to be in charge of the blueprint. There's a one guy that wants to do the story, and there's one guy that wants to do the end game. Now, Mr. Endgame is gonna be doing the end game, right? So there's gonna be a Mr. Goon, there's gonna be a Mr. Story, and there's gonna be a Mr. Blueprint. So which means that all four aspects will be shared at the same time between our account. Very, very good. What is Sarah doing on YouTube? Wait, Sarah is skipping? Sarah is skipping All Night's Endfield? Is Sarah skipping All Night's Endfield? Why is Sarah on YouTube chat? Who is Mr. Money? Mr. Money is by you know. Hi, how much moolah are you gonna spend? I have no idea what is our budget, by the way. But Mr. Money is prepared to, if I'm not mistaken, and I quote him directly, Mr. Money is prepared to clear out the entire shop. Yep. That is what Mr. Money said. So I have no idea how much is clear out the entire shop, but we are clearing out the entire shop. So whatever that amount is gonna be, we're just gonna, because it's our account, guys, right? It is not, I am using our account to give you guys informational content, making guides, unit testing, team building, end game progression. It is for our sake, right? It is for our sake. So don't even worry about it. Yep. It's literally not even oiling for me because it is our account. So I am basically Mr. Endgame. I'm not just Mr. Guide, except the blueprint. I probably won't be doing blueprint guides, but I want to make guides for like progression. I want to make guides for endgame. I want to make guides for team comps. I want to make guides for zero cycles. And whatever else is gonna be.
Ding,
oh my
ding,
god,
ding. Thanks, King Leviathan, for 32 months.
King Levy,
insane.
thank you so much for the 32 months. That's insane. But thank you so much for the 32 months. Thank you. Very, very good. Is you got voting for dudes or just E0S1? Okay, actually that's a good question. Because from what I understand from Mr. Money was like, we clear out the entire shop. But I don't know if we are gonna be going E5 for every single unit. Because that would be I don't even think clearing out the entire shop can give you E5 for every single unit. But we are definitely getting every single unit. We are 100% getting every single unit. It's just whether or not those units are gonna be having dupes. So we'll see how that's gonna be good. Yeah, our account, guys. It is our account. It is your account. It is my account. It is everyone. It is your mom's account, right? If you're watching this stream with your parents, it is their account as well, right? We are all together as a one big happy family, right? Sarah of the Lake, what is your wisdom? Endfield has a great gacha system and factorial base building. Yippee! Very, very good. I don't need to play the game. I will just play on our account. Okay, and then 300,000 account. Their dupes are too good. They are a mass pool. Really? Wait, is our Knights Endfield a mass? Oh, Mr. Money said we are not putting dupes, by the way. Mr. Money said we're not putting dupes. We're just gonna be putting for all characters and banners and weapons. But we're not putting dupes. Wait, are you sure that their dupes matter? Because last time I checked, it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, we'll still be relatable. Really, really relatable. Okay, I don't really know how to answer this. Because the endgame content that was cleared back in CBD3, right? It's not the real endgame. Yeah, I really tried to ping. It's not the real endgame. It is more so like, you know how like Honkai Star Rail? You have the memory of, like before MOC, there was memory of Xianzhou, right? There was the non-refreshable Spiral Abyss. That was the endgame content that you could play in CBD3. Yeah. So for that endgame content, the level for those enemies was only level 90. And you could raise your units to level 99 on launch. Or rather not on launch, on CPT. But now they have changed it. So you don't have level 99 units anymore. You can only raise them to level 90. And I'm absolutely fucking cocksure that in the future, they are gonna be releasing the actual MOC, like the rotational basis. And those enemies are probably gonna be level 100 or level 110. So there really isn't like a measure as to whether or not Our Knights Endfield is gonna be a game that wants dupes. So yeah. Our Knights Endfield dupes are basically E3 values of level. Or levels of value. Wait, Sarah, why are you not on Twitch chat? Do you hate the Twitch frogs? Why are you lurking on YouTube? Just get P5 in 10 pools. Oh. You're absolutely right. It maybe is like either. No, there's definitely gonna be a Memory of Chaos in Enfield. It is two different teams. You need two different teams for two different floors. It is almost the exact same format as Genshin, but they didn't release the rotational endgame. They didn't release the mode that will refresh. So that was a one-time clear. But I know for a fact there is gonna be a refreshable similar to the Spiral Abyss counting, which we just never experienced. So yeah, if you pull on every banner, you get P1 by doing this below. Okay, Izalco, you're technically kind of right, but you also might not, because the chance of you losing 50-50 for rate up is 2 out of 7. So we see how it goes. There must be Abyss in every Gacha game. You're absolutely right. And that is why Genshin Impact is the best Gacha game in the world, because they invented Spiral Abyss. Genshin Impact made Gacha the way Gacha Endgame is supposed to be. Hail Genshin. Hail Genshin. Does Endgame need multiple teams? You need 2 teams. You will need 2 different teams. First floor, second floor. Exact same as Genshin. Exact same as Wawa. Exact same as HSR. So the meta for the previous Endgame, which was not refreshable, so it was a one-time clear. It was Fire Team side 1 and then Ice Team side 2. Yep. Then you just kind of run it. Because like I mentioned for the current format that we have right now, Bloom Team is not a thing. Because you don't have a Bloom DPS. Physical DPS is like, it doesn't do as much damage. And there's also the Elemental thingy. Then Electric Team is just a little bit homeless because you don't have a 6-star Electric. But this team is honestly not too shabby. It's not too shabby. It's just that it deals a lesser damage compared to Yvonne as well as Suitor. So yeah. End games are normally okay. I'm gonna keep it about. I feel like end games are normally arbitration. It's probably just gonna be the base building. The base building is where you need to min-max. How do you collect your resources efficiently? Is my town hall level 12? How do I get a town hall level 12 within 24 hours? Yeah, that will be the real end game. And then for that, I will just relegate that to Mr. Base. Right? Mr. Base will be fully in charge of the base building. I will not give a flying fuck about the base, right? Yo, Sarah of the Lake. Oh, chat. Oh. Oh, wait. Sarah hates Genshin Impact. Sarah hates Genshin Impact, and Sarah hates Zenless Zone Zero. The only game that Sarah doesn't hate, I think at this point, is basically Expedition 33. It's basically Expedition 33, right? Very, very good. Very good. Mobile Twitch is turbo as I don't think they will add rotational one. HG never gatekeep currency. Che, is that true? Wait, Our Knights Endfield has no rotational endgame content? Because that sounds boring as fuck, bro. Wait, what is Our Knight Enfield's endgame content? Because maybe there might be a little bit of a parallel over there. You get what I'm saying? Sarah likes the rage bait. Bro, Sarah of the Lake is Sarah. Sarah is Sarah. Mr. Enfield, are you familiar with Our Knight's content? Nope. I have never, ever. Oh, Chad, speaking of Enfield, I heard that Our Knights have a CNPC client in the beta. I'm not too sure when they're gonna be rolling that out, but apparently CNR Knights is getting a PC client, which means that eventually Global will probably have one as well. But it's a 2 separate servers, so maybe we actually might just enter into the Art Knights verse. Yep, and then we'll see what that's gonna do. Yeah, we'll try it when it comes to Global though, unless you guys understand CN. But you know what? Don't worry about it. Do you hear about Hoyo games coming to Steam? Nope. I did not. I don't hate Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero is the. Wait, what? I don't hate Zenless Zone Zero. ZZZ is just like a child who is good at maths but gets 40s on their exams. I see. Yeah, so basically Zenless Zone Zero is the potential game, right? Zenless Zone Zero is the potential game where they potentially could have done really, really well because they studied. But when it came to the actual exam, they were fucking dumb. Yep. The real potential game. Let me actually pull this back up. Are we watching Warfare for $300,000? Today, honestly, is just gonna be a just chatting. Oh my god, chat! I fucking forgot to stop recording, bro. Oh my god, yo. Oh my god, I forgot to. I realized I've been yapping for the past 1 hour and 10 minutes. wait. The R9 is in a gacha situation. Explain. Delete the yap for the last 20 minutes. Ooh, that is a little bit embarrassing, bro. You wanted to okay, yeah, we will. All right, just give me 1 second. Yeah, but today the main thing I wanted to get out of the way was basically just now. You have cooled your last cool, my man.